Welcome
Let's
back,
do
guys.
these.
Welcome back to another day in Paradox. On a trip with me is Mr. Negus himself and yours truly. Um, well, we've been on a break, as you know. Now we posted something last week, right? But yeah, we're back with fresh ideas. And yeah, no, we're glad to be here, right? Tell him, Negus. Tell him how glad we are.
Yeah, we're fucking glad.
Damn straight. Damn straight we are.
Damn straight.
Damn straight. Now, yeah, today we're back with another actually just rather fun topic. Sorry, I said fan. Fun topic that's kind of happening today. We're talking about the royal family and the incident that happened there. I know it's probably a bit old
Correct.
by now, but I don't know. It's still kind of interesting. I don't know. We have a lot to say at the very least. But how caught up are you with the whole thing, Mr. News? I don't even know if I'm supposed to call you Mr., but let me just call you News.
Well, not necessarily.
You're not
But
caught
I
up, or
appreciate. I appreciate. It kind of has this dominant ring to it.
there you go.
Mr.
See, it was a sign of respect all along.
It kind of it's kind of a sign of
There
respect.
you go.
I appreciate you giving me that respect. And
Nah, all love.
what was I about to say? Oh yeah, right. We're the first time I heard about the incident was I was watching television with my grandma. Like I usually don't watch the news, I'm like because
You're very cautious.
I'm not a great fan of the German newspapers and television news and stuff.
Yeah.
They tend to be quite let's say
Manipulative.
manipulative.
There you go. That's the word.
And it
The
was
me-
like
The media
a
do.
week ago, more or less.
Yeah.
No, a lot more than a week ago.
Yeah, it was
And
like a
I was
bit more, right?
watching television, and they had like this. It was a big scandal, and Meghan and Harry on Oprah Winfrey, and in America, like uncovering certain facts. At least that's how the media portrayed it.
Yeah. So what was the media saying? Like a your place? Like were they commenting on it, or were they just reporting on it? Cause
Well, first of all, they were reporting. Obviously,
okay.
they were just, you know, they were just reporting what Meghan said and what Harry talked about. Like just the interview, a few scenes that kind of were the most polarizing ones.
Yeah.
For example, when she said that a few family members were bothered by the fact that she's kind of, about her skin color,
Exactly.
and
So there was-
they being kind of anxious about the fact that maybe
the
her
kid might not
her,
look like
her
them.
kid could might look un-British
Unroyal.
and
Unroyal.
unroyal,
Exactly.
which I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know which is worse in this case, but
I don't know either. I don't know either. But,
it's well, she kind of dropped a big banger there. You know what I mean?
True.
I mean, you just don't go on television and accuse people of being in somewhat, at least that's how public media portrayed it, as racism.
Yeah. So that was her whole claim, right? So like I think I don't look I don't know about you. Like I think you as well, but like I didn't watch the whole interview. I saw clips of it. I saw reports on it. I saw people's reactions on it. I didn't see the whole interview. But a major question that I had towards the interview was like why now? Like why was the interview held just all of a sudden? It literally had like no reason to happen right now, right? You know what I mean? Like what was the whole
Um,
point?
the whole point is they were kind of, since they retreated from the royal family, they kind of needed attention. I believe
Yeah.
that's what kind of made them go on Oprah Winfrey and
That,
like say the things they said, and
exactly.
uncover these
That's what I mean.
stories.
But it's like it just came out of the blue. Just nobody like nobody in like nobody was talking about the royal family in that sense lately. Nothing was
Exactly.
really
They
happening.
just needed attention. That's
That was
all.
the whole
I
problem,
think
right?
that was the problem.
It literally look like we're not even talking about the topic they were talking about, right? Like we can dissect it, we can talk about it later, but it was like just generally coming out of the blue and just starting to accuse everybody left and right on a major platform such as Oprah. Kind of just feels fishy. Like what do you want? Like it's not gonna fit your narrative. Think smart about that, right? But I guess that's
Yeah, well,
the whole vibe I got.
I think they did the right thing for themselves.
No,
Like
yeah,
you go like on Oprah Winfrey television, and be like, well, this and this happened. Gaining notoriety, gaining fame in the U.S. because that's what I guess they wanted to move to the U.S. or they already
they
have
did,
moved to the
yeah,
U.S.
or Canada,
and
either
they
one.
want
I
to
think.
kind of live like celebrities there. At least that's their plan, and
Yeah,
I guess that was their first step, for
yeah,
getting
no,
back into the media's attention.
no, it's like you said, literally, like from them, it's actually a really smart move, right? It's a marketing move, in my opinion. Like it literally makes it a marketing move. Like I remember some clips. I don't know if you've seen them, but like directly when the whole scandal, right? Because like there was this whole scandal of like when they wanted to leave Prince Harry and Meghan, whatever. There were still talks about like he's not being loyal to his family. He's leaving, whatever. Right around that time, like a few clips came up where he was talking to like the Disney executive, like CEO, whatever. He was like advertising his wife on like she can do a lot of voice acting, she can do this. He was doing a lot of work like that showed he did want to have like the celebrity status when he moved to the US or to the West with his wife, obviously. And like coming off straight, like I think it was like you said, it was smart to go to Oprah to advertise yourselves, but like I don't know, it still gave me like a fishy vibe of like why now, why all of a sudden this and this and that. So like they didn't win me over at the very least, but I think talking
No,
about
they
like
didn't win me over either.
but talking from a general like public perspective, like they got the public's like support at this point, right? Would you say like most people are supporting them like because they present
Yeah, I
themselves as
guess so.
victims, right?
100%.
Exactly. So
And
yeah,
most people will be like, well, the royal family, they'll see the queen as this kind of, white woman that kind of kicks out and everything that is not in the norm of royalness and whatever.
yeah,
And it's kind of conservative against liberals. It gives me this kind of vibe. Um, I mean, in this case, that Meghan and Harry are kind of
the new ones,
progressive thinking
progressives,
ones,
and
which is
just
kind of
and
which is kind of a controversial topic. I mean,
it is, yeah.
and her telling her whole story about depression and how nobody cared and all those things. She kind of needed that emotional bond with the people watching because she couldn't at least kind of
Cope. She
bring
can
them
cope.
over she kind of didn't manage to
Win them over.
portray facts
Okay,
and
yeah.
with logic and try to win them over with logic. She used emotions and being like, well, I'm so oppressed here and nobody cares about me.
Now is
Gotta
she?
be honest, hearing those words, I mean, not judging, they're pretty rich.
Yeah,
They can get all the help they fucking want whenever
they
they
are
want.
rich and they got status
They,
too. Like
you know,
don't
they,
forget
you know, they don't have to queue up in front of the fucking hospital. Since they have
a lot of money or insurance
public public
support.
support
Yeah.
and
No, they don't like they're not gonna suffer in their lives for like as long as they live, right? Like,
if she needed a psychiatrist or a psychologist, they would have just
they would
gotten
have given
one.
her one.
They probably have like the ones that get like $10,000 a session or something.
No, they got the best ones at their disposal, right? Like so that yeah, you're right. Like that point of like she could get whatever help she needs, right, without being public about it in that extent. But once again, that's one of the
And
ththe things that
usually
also
it's
like
obvious. Usually it's obvious that you don't portray. She was like also complaining about the fact that all the other family members kind of didn't care about it. or kind of wanted her to, or kind of prevented her from doing this, from getting professional help,
Yeah.
in the manner of that they didn't care, and
But that doesn't make
it's
sense.
kind of, well, it does make sense in some way,
No, as in like she could have
because
gotten herself
like you're the royal family. You don't want to portray especially
weakness.
in these especially in these times where everybody needs to be strong, and we have the coronavirus and whatever, and at least they should be like an ideal
Yeah.
for everybody, and role models, and if
Exactly.
this story would have come out that she has kind of mental health issues and stuff, it would have kind of
It would have hurt their image.
public morale and their image would have kind of plummeted,
Makes sense. But
which, yeah, and that's why I understand, you have some kind of response as being royals. It's a huge responsibility.
exactly.
You can't just portray yourself as weak and whatever, like everybody else does, like a normal citizen does.
Yeah, no, you're
And
like
that's why I understand the fact that they didn't, that nobody kind of made these things public.
that makes sense, but I think once again, like, look, the thing is, like, I think if she genuinely like want like mental support from like psychiatrists or whatever support, I think if she genuinely asked for it, I think they would have given her. It wouldn't have been publicized. They would have probably hidden it, whatever. But they would have given her support if she genuinely wanted to. And even if the family said no, in my opinion at least, she could have still gotten her herself. Like, she's still independent, right? She's not. You know what I mean? Like, she's part of the royal family at that point, whatever. But she could have still gotten support, right? You know what I mean? But that's again like one of the things that made it fishy for me. But I guess okay, so like moving on from the whole sentiment, right? Like, why did she? Okay, so I would have asked like why did they go to Oprah? Why specifically Oprah? But obviously that's a terrible question to ask. Was like Oprah is one of the biggest persons like to interview someone, right? So you get a lot of attention. So out of that, like you
Yeah.
just basically understand that they did want attention, either for good things or bad, for the for bad or for good or for worse. Sorry, for good or for worse, right? But I guess the main question is like what do you think her intention was to coming out right now, right? They moved out of the house. They became financially independent. Obviously, they didn't. They're still getting money from the royal family, from taxpayers from Great Britain, but they're at least they're on the surface level
Yeah, but
independent.
it's kind of, yeah.
What did they want it?
They just need attention and fame.
But that's the problem, right? Like
That's all.
you can't literally just come out and complain about something if you don't have a target, like if you're not trying to go to a solution, right? I think all she just genuinely wanted was like, yeah, I'm a victim. They're all racist. They're all this and that, and they're all just plotting against me, whatever. Which is, I don't know. It's just so shitty in my opinion, at the very least. But
It is.
so okay, like let's go to the I guess the main part of all of this, right? So like the whole topic of like racism in the royal family. Like what did you think about that, right? Like
Um,
she said
I
like
think it's bullshit.
as in like
I don't think the royal family is racist, not in the least.
I would
Um,
disagree with you there. I would have actually disagreed with you there. I think I don't know if you finished talking, but like I think personally like they probably did like give the sentiment of like like is this kid gonna be a bit darker? Is it not? Because like that's already what normal people do. You know what I mean? Like usually like under your pants, whatever, right? Like everybody talks about this. Like this kid gonna be dark? Is this kid gonna be lighter? Whatever. It's already something you talk about like in your private life without being a royal.
yeah, definitely. I mean, and I don't think that's something you should portray as highly racist.
Exactly. It's like something people genuinely talk about, whatever, right? And then again, like the royal family, like I think generally like might have happened. And when it comes to the royal family, like don't cheapen the name of like royal, you know what I mean? Like I could shit on them and I could say like I don't like what the fuck about the queen, like you don't need a monarchy, whatever, right? But they still have a lineage of like some royal bloodline, whatever, right? So why would you fight against them? Like, why would you be surprised when they want to preserve their ethnicity in some ways, right? And their royalness, their bloodline, whatever, right? That's literally in their name. That's literally in their name. You can't just go around and say like, well, you don't want this and this type of ethnicity in your bloodline. You're this and this and that. That's rubbish in my opinion. And like what I'm saying is like I'm not saying that they don't have race based opinions or uh uh I don't know, things that they decide upon, whatever. What I'm saying is like let them be, because like it's something that they have been living with for generations, whatever. So like just let them keep it, in my opinion. Like the queen is 90, for God's sake. Like she's lived way longer than you. She's experienced like cultures and generations that have already died out, in my opinion. So like I don't know. It was
Yeah, I
extremely
agree.
childish. It was extremely childish, in my opinion, from like
Yeah,
Harry
I
and
agree. It's
Meghan.
like, screaming for attention, and in the modern 21st century type wise, screaming for attention.
Yeah, I don't know. But I think the worst thing out of all of that was like genuinely like Oprah, like another billionaire, just kind of being shocked at all of this. She probably made money out of it too. She's getting some clout. I don't know. It was gay to my it was gay in my opinion. But yeah,
Yeah.
what I don't really have more to say. It was just weird. But I guess I'm just glad I don't live under a monarchy, but that's the least thing that I
Yeah.
can say. That's the least thing I can say. But yeah, do I have anything else to add? Like, I think that's actually like all I would say.
Yeah, I mean, I 100% agree with you on the last point. Um, the Oprah Winfrey part. She has billions of dollars, and she kind of also was disappearing from public media attention
Yep,
lately. I mean, she was way bigger like 10 years,
hundred
seven,
percent,
6 years ago,
100%.
and she kind of needed that boost as well. So,
I mean, she did get it.
interests kind of coincided.
Absolutely. What do you think is gonna happen going forward?
Um, well, I guess maybe sooner or later they'll come out with another kind of scandal story and stuff, to gain another. Um,
You think they're gonna drag this out? Like, they're gonna
no,
die on
not
this
that,
hill?
not that much. I don't think they're allowed to. I don't think they will, because Big Mama, in this case the Queen,
Nah,
will not let it slide. You know what I mean?
she probably won't. No, but
And
they already gave a few statements, right? I think the first son, I don't know the name, man. I don't hold myself with it.
I think this was kind of the way of introducing themselves to America,
Mm.
and to their new life in America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they definitely did put a statement. Like, I think, yeah, I don't know. There's probably a lot more to say, like how she kind of like did really try to like make herself like genuinely the newer Prince Diana. You know what I mean? The victim of the royal family and the press and whatever. I think she failed flat on that. Meghan at this, right?
Yeah, she did.
She did fall face flat. Harry is just, I can't even comment on him, but I don't know. I mean the royal family already kind of gave a statement, right? The eldest son
I mean,
basically
first of
said,
all,
yeah,
she did kind of 80% of the talking.
she did. Like, no, wasn't there like even a separate like? No, I think it was the same one, but like she was sitting all alone, and then maybe Harry came later, I think, or but she definitely did
It's
most
kind
of
of
the
funny
talking.
how she does most of the talking, and Harry's like, well, I'm gonna just let her talk and say what I have to say, and I kind of I'm like 100% behind what she says.
Yeah, because
Um,
she probably
it's
wears
not
the
like she has
trousers in
any
that family.
controversial opinions in that case. At least they don't show they didn't that they kind of have
She
maybe
not.
different viewpoints.
I
Um,
nah. It's probably because she wears the boots in the family, man.
she wears the boots in the family.
That I mean, that's an interesting dynamic between them to analyze. But That's for someday else, I think. But yeah, I mean, the royal family kind of once again like given a statement, right? They said like they're not racist at the very least, that they're very, I think, displeased or not. I don't think disappointed, displeased with the accusations thrown at them.
Yeah, I would agree on that one.
True. And I don't know. I personally actually don't even care that much about the whole topic or what's just gonna happen. I think I genuinely what I hate out of it the most is the fact that people are just coming out accusing everyone
You know,
for
it's just
marketing.
dragging attention. It's just dragging
Exactly.
attention from other more important issues that are not being addressed.
Exactly. And for attention, right?
It's kind of, opium. The royal family in general is kind of opium for the masses.
I mean, they are celebrities,
Karl
right?
Marx would have said.
They are
Yeah, of course they're
celebrities.
celebrities. Of course they are celebrities.
They do look objectively like they do leech off the like.
But they're not.
Society,
They weren't
like,
as
tax-wise.
big in America, and I guess that's kind of their objective. To
Exactly.
kind of conquer America in some kind of sense.
In some marketing sense, right? Now people are gonna hire her out of pity. You know what I mean? They're gonna give them money out of pity. They're just gonna get more. It's all about money. That's the whole problem that I have.
Yeah,
It's all about
attention,
attention
money,
and money.
fame.
Exactly, and they already have them a lot.
Meghan's now in America. Wow, and it's so great.
And they already have a lot of it,
Everybody's
right? No, because like
Yeah, they have hell a lot of it.
yeah,
Like,
but like Megan is not like if you generally know her, like she's a social climber. You know what I mean? Like that's not a good word. That's definitely not a, I guess, good word to be called whatever, right? It's someone that just like would sacrifice anything left and right, anyone that is close to him for any position socially, whatever. And that's kind of what she did in her career if you genuinely go back to and look at her, right? And I think all she genuinely wants right now is A, attention, probably B, money, and then C, still get what she wants from the royal family, to be royal herself, right? And it's just do whatever to be on that position, whatever. And that's kind of cancerous in my opinion. Like,
yeah, definitely.
I can't say a lot of things. I genuinely don't care enough for the topic. It's just I hate the fact that people are genuinely paying. I mean, I can't
Yeah,
say that
paying
people.
so much. I mean, some people were genuinely shocked by her statements and being like, "What?
Exactly.
This is happening in England in the royal family? How racist is London? How racist? Oh, come on!"
And before that,
Like,
they couldn't shed a tear or on anything that would
really
have
sad.
happened in London.
It's really sad. It's really sad. I mean, that these are the topics that are kind of getting the most attention right now.
Exactly. I think that's what it kind of annoys me the most. I mean, it's kind of like, it's kind of hypocritical to say that while we are talking about it right now.
What happened to social justice? What happened to all the small firms that are closing down?
What about that?
What about the gastronomy? What about hotels and that are all closing down and nobody's actually standing up for them?
What about the high suicide rate, right, rising because
what
of
about the high
lockdowns?
suicide rate? What about the mental health issues that
Exactly.
developed? Nobody
Or-
cares. Nobody cares about the fact that in America nowadays, there's so many people living in fucking tents on the street of L.A., New York, whatever. It's kind of, and nobody reports on it. At least not anybody I know of.
Yeah, but the queen doesn't want a brown child to be royal, though. Like that's kind of a bit more of an important topic if you ask
Definitely.
me.
I mean, you.
But yeah, it's kind of crazy, man. There's not a lot to say, but yeah, it's kind of wild. I think it's just very reflective on like where is the social
Come on,
discussion
it was
today.
on the newspapers for 3 days straight.
No, you
Headline.
had articles about people writing articles or articles about people's reactions on that thing. Like it was a whole loop of like just money making, attention this, because like I don't know.
Those
Marketing.
are the kind of things that people even actually read.
But if we can say that too, but like I guess on the other side it was kind of smart of them because I guess it worked out, right? Everybody's now talking about it. Everybody's very invested in this, and Probably not for long. I think everybody's gonna forget in like 2 weeks, but I think that's also part of the problem.
Yeah, probably gets Meghan and Harry a few contracts
A few contracts
and
here and there.
sponsors.
Yep. But that's
Maybe she'll be in the next magazine headline.
yeah.
I don't know. I guess that's probably
Bravest
the next
woman
move.
of
She's
the
gonna
year?
be in Bravest Woman or something.
Woman of the Year candidate 2021. Nah, you got it. But
That kind of stuff.
like I said, she's probably just a social climber, and the royal family, in my opinion, is shitty. Anyways, I mean, it's not my royal family, but I guess that's just something for a different culture. It's just I'm really just disappointed on everything.
Correct.
Everybody else reacting on that. But,
Yeah, I couldn't care less as well.
exactly. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. What about you, Negus?
Yeah, I guess that's about all I gotta say as well.
Well, that brings it
the
all
only
together.
the only thing it was maybe it was kind of astonishing that even in Germany, in Italy, where we don't have royal families, we shouldn't care about whatever happens in Great Britain with Meghan and Harry and their royal families. It's kind of weird, that these things, nonetheless, even though it's not our affair and our responsibility or anything, they still get a lot of mediatic attention.
Yeah, but that's gonna be that's gonna be the standard moving on, right? Like people.
I think that's kind of sad. I think that's kind of sad. I mean, we should care about our own problems and not whatever happens in whatever country.
But that's gonna set the precedent.
We're not talking about wars or anything. I don't mean wars. I just mean like this media kind of stuff, royal family problems. It's like I don't care if the Kardashians break up.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. At least it shouldn't be on television.
It definitely should. Cause like nobody cares. Like it's not gonna influence anybody, right? But that's gonna set the precedent moving on forward, I guess, in our discourse or I guess media, whatever. That people are just gonna come accuse somebody or something for personal profit, and depending on how famous these people are, it's just gonna get a lot of press, a lot of money's gonna be made, and that's all you're gonna hear for days and weeks moving forward, right? That's what's gonna, like, the serious topics, the really important ones, are never gonna be talked about. Like what the next season of I don't know, the Kardashians is gonna happen. Keeping up with the Kardashians is gonna happen. It's obviously just gonna dominate everything.
Isn't it supposed to end?
I heard it's gonna be canceled too. Yeah, or they're gonna reboot it with something on HBO Max. I heard something, man. See, the fact that I know that
weird.
The fact that I know that is already kind of weird. See,
it's not like I Google it. It's not like I
Exactly.
Google it. How is Keeping Up with the Kardashians going? No.
it just comes at you. Like
It just comes at you, whether it's news, whether it's newspapers, whether it's memes.
it's kind of. It's just everywhere. You can't escape it anymore, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what's gonna happen moving on forward. But yeah, it's I don't think it's not even interesting. That's the worst part. It's really not even interesting. But yeah, I think we've said what we have said. If you have anything to add, then add it right now, Negus.
Yeah, thank you guys for watching, and comment down below if you have anything to add, criticize, whatever.
Now, imagine we just get a bunch of. Now we probably won't. Imagine we just get it. Nah, I'll forget it. I was thinking about like some British people, but yeah, I don't know. If you're watching this and you're British, I don't know, man. Have fun, I guess. It's your world, man. Just knock yourself out with your royal shit.
Embrace it,
man. That's the type of shit.
Embrace your royal monarchy.
Embrace your 50 minutes of fame while everybody's talking about it. Trust me, everybody's gonna forget about it. You're just gonna go back to your. I don't know. I don't even know how the culture works there with the royals. So I can't even comment there. It's just so boring, man. Get some interesting British people. Seriously. Get some interesting.
Well, what are they supposed to do? They wake up in the morning, have like their bacon and sausages.
Wake up to some crumpet and cheese.
To some cafe and they're drinking their tea in the afternoon.
While reading the hottest
What are they
topics.
supposed to talk about? Man?
I don't know what kind of toothbrush the Queen bought this week, or whatever. Man. I don't even know. But yeah, I guess if you're British, unlucky you, I guess. But yeah, I think that brings it all together. Thank you for, I guess, paying attention. Not paying attention, just listening to this one. But that's all we have to say, and we're out. That's the British.